Hi guys, how are we all doing this week? Wasn't last week intense? The energies were frantic and frenetic at the beginning, and then dull and heavy at the end. It was a weird week. Quick reminder. Well, not even a reminder because I haven't told you yet. But next week we're going to be doing the card reading on the Sunday, or very late on the Monday, because there's a family thing on Monday, and I need to be out very early. Not as early as I'm normally out for work, to be fair, so I could just get up early and do it then. But we shall see. Anyway, there is likely to be a change in schedule next week. Next week is all I am saying. Yeah. So how did last week treat everybody? It was just intense and nuts. I don't even know what's in retrograde at the moment, but I'm guessing something is. I think Mars is in retrograde actually, isn't it? So that would explain quite a bit actually. So yes, Stephen D. Farmer's Earth Magic Oracle cards. Let's see what the week ahead holds in store for us as a collective this week. Let's have you. You, I think. There we go. Okay, so vigilance. We've got to keep an eye out. So stone people, vigilance. When you think when somebody's carved in stone, they're literally there forever. And I'm not talking, Doctor Who, Weeping Angels kind of thing. And I am talking Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, that sort of thing. That they are constantly looking over things. Excuse me, drinking my tea there. And it's almost as though I don't think you need to keep an eye out for somebody else this week. I think we need to keep an eye out for ourselves. I think there is something going on that means that we need to check in with ourselves. I mean, we've got a little figure here. This is a little alien. He's overlooking things as well. So I think we need to keep an eye on ourselves. We need to keep checking in with ourselves, with our physical selves, with our emotional selves, especially after the heaviness at the end of last week. I think that there's been quite a bit that's kind of shifted in the last week or so, and I think that means that we need to keep an eye on how we are feeling about how things are panning out, because let's face it, it's probably not what we planned at all, is it? Is it ever, to be fair, when the universe comes into things, is it ever the way we plan it? So keep an eye on yourself and how you're feeling about things. And if you are feeling negative in any way, I mean, all emotions are valid, totally. But if you're feeling angry or depressed or something like that, make sure that you can check in on yourself, or that you have somebody who can check in on you and help you switch it around as much as you possibly can, because we know it's no fun living like this. We know that, we've all been there. Excuse me. So being able to switch around your emotions and come at it from a place of, okay, what is this teaching me, rather than not again, if you know what I mean. So second card this week is Ancestors Generations. It has been so long since I've seen this card. Last time I saw this card, I actually went and did an ancestral healing course. So what is it that is going on that actually, I mean, you think about the stone has been there forever. It's been there for a long time. Same with all the crystals at the back here. They have all been around for possibly millennia. They have seen a lot. So have your ancestors. And this is, do you know what? It's in the blood, it's in the bones, it's in the spirit of you. This is all the colours here. They are bones, body, spirit, and there is so much going on at the minute. But I mean, it's one of those, you know what, we all say, oh, we've got ancestral trauma and this, that, and the next thing. But do you know what? You also have ancestral blessings. You are literally the result of the love of probably millions of people. And it's one of the being able to say thank you for that. I think that goes back to this one here, the checking in on yourself. That there is a lot going on at the moment. Did the ancestors foretell it? Have you got any diaries or paperwork or anything that you can look back on from your ancestors and have a look? Can you journey? Can you do meditations to take you to your ancestors, to ask for answers, like the teacher in the ancestral healing course? Can you do something like that? If not, there are probably people around that can help you, like myself, who are trained in that sort of thing. It's not going to be easy, and it's a lot of work, but it's probably worth it in the long run. So the final card, Sanctuary. How much alone time are we actually having this week? It's almost one of those, do you know what the universe is saying? You really need alone time this week. And I don't know if it's because of everything that's in retrograde and the fact that, you know, Aquarius is now the sun sign, isn't it? And we're coming up for it. So the fact that we're on the cusp of that, in between Capricorn and Aquarius, things are shifting, things are moving. If we've got Mars in retrograde, I think we've got something like Jupiter in retrograde as well, but that one doesn't affect us anywhere near as much. Mars in retrograde, however, with it being like the next one to us, that one would affect us a lot. And Mars, of course, god of war. So what conflict are we inviting upon ourselves? What conflict do we think has been handed down from our ancestors, and how do we deal with it? And how we deal with it is by having alone time. If this was tarot, I would say that was your Hermit card. I honestly would say, do you know what? We need to go inwards so much. There is so much out there. There's so much knowledge out there. There's so much that is imprinted in the rocks and in your genes and things like that. And you need to be able to come to terms with it. And the only way you're going to do that this week is through working with yourself, working deeply with yourself, working deeply with your ancestors. Hello, kitty cat. And that is what is going to help you kind of make sense of what is going on. It's almost as though, I wouldn't be surprised if the Avalanche card was like the next card out or something. I think it's something to do with, we almost feel overburdened, overwhelmed, like everything's coming on us at once. And do you know what? The cave is your sanctuary. The cave is where you will find the answers that you need to move forward, really. There's also the fact that you must remember that you are an ancestor for future generations. So it's kind of a pivotal moment. Like everything kind of stops in one direction with you and starts in the next one. So you are literally, you are the cusp. I was sort of saying about Capricorn and Aquarius. You are literally the cusp of your ancestors and your descendants who you will be an ancestor for. So the work that you do now, the work that has been done has come to you. The work that you're going to do now will go to them, but it will also go backwards. So the work that you do now will aid the people that came before you, and it will aid the people that come after you. But there is so much alone time that you need to do this week. There's a lot of very grounded earthy colours here. There's a sort of bluey grey colour, so there may be some communication in some way. I would suggest, I mean, looking at this one, he is writing, so I would suggest being able to write stuff down, being able to journal something. That is probably going to be your key for this week. Literally go inside and start writing, and write everything that you can, because it's all absolutely necessary for you to know right now. And it's almost like a crux week. Like, this is the week that everything shifts gear and moves again. So you've had your ancestors before, you are ancestors for the others. This is the crux card. So hopefully midweek the energies will start to be a bit lighter. We're heading towards the new moon, aren't we? New moon is next week. It's on the 29th, and I know that because it is also my birthday and the start of the Chinese New Year. So there is so much going on astrologically next week. It's kind of though this is the pivot of us working towards that particular time. Okay, guys, that's all I'm getting for now. So I will sign off and I will see you next week. Bye for now.